Let me ask you something slightly uncomfortable. How many unbuilt businesses are sitting in your brain right now? The ideas you voice note to yourself at midnight, the programs you start outlining, then abandon because you don't know what comes next, the things you know people desperately need, but the moment you try to make them real, the tech feels like a brick wall you can't climb. You're not lazy, you're not inconsistent, you're neurodivergent in a world that expects you to be a founder, a marketer, a project manager, and a software engineer all at the same time. And if you're ND, you probably know this pattern way too well. You have a big, beautiful idea. You start researching how to build it. Then suddenly you're knee-deep in tabs about DNS settings and Stripe accounts and React components and Zapier automations. And 2 hours later, you're lying on the couch wondering why your brain shut down like a laptop running too many Chrome extensions. This is the moment most ND creators give up on their ideas, not because the idea isn't good, but because the system wasn't built with their brain in mind. So today, I want to walk you through the story of Maya, an autistic ADHD creator who had a clear, powerful vision but absolutely no desire to become her own IT department. And by the end of this video, you're going to see exactly how she turned a simple description of her idea into an actual functioning revenue-generating platform using Deep Agent without writing code, hiring a developer, or duct taping 12 different tools together. And as you listen, I want you to quietly ask yourself, what would my version of this look like? Hey friends, I'm Nicole. I help neurodivergent creators and professionals thrive with AI, one calm tool and one simple workflow at a time. If your brain doesn't fit the system, subscribe. I'll show you how AI can adapt to you, not the other way around. Today's video is for every ND person who has $1 million idea, but absolutely no capacity to deal with coding, complicated software, or tech overwhelm. Because Deep Agent lets you build real business platforms using nothing but plain English. And Maya's story shows exactly what that looks like. So let me introduce Maya. Maya is autistic and ADHD. She's brilliant, intuitive, and the friend everybody goes to when they're drowning in chaos. She has this gift for hearing someone ramble about their goals or frustrations and then saying, "Okay, here's what you're actually trying to do." And suddenly everything makes sense. For years, she's been quietly helping neurodivergent people untangle their ideas and build tiny systems that make their lives feel calmer. She always imagined having a real space online where ND creators could work with her, a gentle place where they could book sessions, access resources, track their progress, and not feel judged or overwhelmed. But every time she tried to figure out how to build it, she hit the same wall. She'd research hiring a developer and see price tags starting at $10,000 to $15,000. She'd look into website builders and realize none of them could actually do what she needed. She'd consider learning to code and immediately feel her brain revolt. So for years, this brilliant idea just lived in her head, waiting for something to change, and then she discovered Deep Agent. Deep Agent isn't like the typical AI tools you may have seen. It doesn't just give suggestions or snippets. It acts like an entire development team wrapped into one calm, structured assistant. Instead of hiring a front-end developer, a back-end developer, a database engineer, a payment specialist, and someone to deploy everything, Maya simply describes what she wants in plain English, the same way she'd describe it to a friend over coffee. Deep Agent reads it, interprets it, asks clarifying questions, plans the full architecture, builds the interface, wires the logic together, integrates Stripe, handles secure logins, organizes the database, and then deploys the whole thing onto the internet. No code, no servers, no panic Googling. So instead of thinking, "I'm not technical enough to build this," Maya gets to think, "How do I want ND people to feel when they use this?" Maya wanted to build an ND-friendly business hub, a calm digital home where neurodivergent creators could sign up, book sessions with her, access resources, and track the steps they're taking to bring their ideas to life. She wanted it to feel simple, intuitive, and grounding. No clutter, no overwhelm, no confusing buttons. Before Deep Agent, a project like this would require several platforms, lots of manual work, and probably a few meltdowns along the way. Now, all she has to do is type her vision into Deep Agent, like she's telling a story. She wrote something like this: I want to create an online platform for neurodivergent creators who want to turn their ideas into real businesses. Users should be able to sign up, book sessions with me, access resources in a library, and track their progress through a simple dashboard. I need a landing page, a calendar for bookings, Stripe payment integration, and a private dashboard for each user. She didn't mention React, databases, APIs, component libraries, or any of the technical details that normally stop ND creators in their tracks. She just described the experience she wanted people to have. Then Deep Agent did something extraordinary. It asked thoughtful follow-up questions. It wanted to know how long her sessions were, what she wanted to charge, how far in advance clients should be able to book, and what questions users should answer before their first session. It asked whether her library should have different categories and how she wanted the dashboard to feel. For a neurodivergent brain that sees the big picture but struggles to break it into steps, this kind of guided clarity is everything. Maya simply answered the questions, no tech jargon needed, and Deep Agent took those answers as instructions for the build. Once she responded, Deep Agent immediately started building. Behind the scenes, it was assembling the entire structure, designing the landing page layout, creating the dashboard interface, setting up the database relationships, wiring the calendar system, integrating Stripe, enabling secure logins, and generating all the code needed to run the platform smoothly on any device. This is the type of project that normally requires a team of specialists working for weeks, sometimes months. Deep Agent gets it done while Maya rests her nervous system. Then came the moment every ND creator dreams of. Deep Agent let her preview the platform. The landing page felt calm and professional, with a headline that finally said what ND people need to hear. Your ideas aren't the problem, the system is. The explanation of her offer felt clear, structured, and grounded. No chaos, no clutter. The booking flow was simple. The dashboard felt like a gentle guide rather than an overwhelming interface. Everything she'd imagined, the resource library, the progress tracker, the session calendar, was right there, working in real time. And the most surreal part? Maya hadn't coded a single thing. When she was ready to launch, she didn't have to mess with servers, DNS settings, SSL certificates, hosting, or any of the things that normally send ND creators into shutdown mode. She clicked a button, chose a name, and Deep Agent deployed everything for her automatically. A few minutes later, her business hub was live on the internet. Clients could book her, pay her, log in, and start their journey, all without Maya doing anything manually. That's when she realized she wasn't bad at tech. The tech was bad at supporting her. Maya's story isn't rare. Neurodivergent people are full of creativity, clarity, insight, and transformative ideas, but most of us fall apart when faced with rigid systems that expect us to suddenly become software engineers. Deep Agent changes that. It lets ND creators stay in their zone of genius, the human, intuitive, empathetic part, while the AI handles the rigid, structural, technical part. The truth is, you don't need to change who you are. You don't need to force your brain into someone else's workflow. You just need tools that remove the friction between your idea and the world. So if you're neurodivergent and sitting on an idea you've been scared to pursue because the tech feels impossible, I want you to take this as a sign. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know everything. You just need to start describing what you want. I'll leave a link in the description so you can explore Deep Agent for yourself and see what's possible. If your brain doesn't fit the system, subscribe. I'll show you how AI can adapt to you. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next one.